Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be watching a goldfish mud pond pool. So lucky for me, I had some footage provided to me by Gary Hayter, who's part of the Goldfish Council, and this is part of the Ohio Goldfish Pallooza event, which took place this summer. This is the second year that they've been partnered with Ohio Koi, and they got together and basically collected a load of fish from various different breeders and put them in a mud pond, and we're going to see what these goldfish look like when they come out, basically. So the event has a kind of an educational component as well, where audiences sort fish out, and this time they were sort of taught how to classify Bristol shubunkins and what an eye. They studied finnage, colour, that kind of thing, so that was also going on at the event. But what we're going to see today is the pond being drained, netted, and the fish that have been put in there brought back up, and so you can see how they've grown really. So a huge range of fish were actually added to this pond from like 4 different US breeders, I think Gary said. It was actually 150 goldfish were added to this pond in total, and they were about 1 to 1.5 inches when they went in there. It did include lots of different varieties of goldfish. There was Bristol shubunkin, veiltails, fantails, moors, broadtail moors, and even royal gooseheads. So there was a lot of fish basically put in this mud pond. So the pond they used is about, I'd say, maybe 6 foot by 120, that kind of thing. And what we've seen so far is the aeration being pulled out, with people obviously watching at the side, waiting to see what's going to come out of the pond. And the level of the water has actually been brought down to around sort of 3.5 foot there. And what they're trying to do is they're really carefully pulling in this net after they've positioned it around the outside of the pond in order to not move it off the mud. They want to keep it as low as possible, really against the mud or in the mud, because otherwise, if their lead weight isn't on the bottom of the pond, they're going to end up, the fish will just swim under it basically. So here we can see they're starting to pull it in now, again really keeping that net right on the bottom. The net's starting to kind of come together now, and we've got tubs of water being filled up ready for the fish that come out of it. We can see a splash there, so we'll wait and see in a minute what we get. But the event itself is a really good event. They're going to have it next year as well. I thought it was definitely something that goldfish people would like to see, and anyone who likes ponds really. So as you can see, pulling it in, and they're getting closer now, starting to see what could be there. But it's a nice event, and we don't really have this kind of thing as far as I'm aware in the UK, so it's really kind of Gary to share this with me. As you can see, everyone's waiting in anticipation as well. And here we go, so we're starting to have a look at what's available. And what happened was, this is what Gary spoke to me about, they started pulling out the fish and noticed that there was a few Bristol shubunkin straight away, and that was the main fish that started being pulled out. So there was one that just started being pulled out then, and there you go, there's another. That looks like it has grown from that original 1 to 1.5 inch size. So Bristol shubunkins, you can see those being pulled out and popped in the bucket. We'll get to see the fish that come out at the end. But one thing you may have also noticed is that actually there was a lot of bullfrogs. Okay, and the bullfrogs, unfortunately, it seems, have eaten most of the fry. You can see them jumping around, and actually zoomed in there, you can see all of the tadpoles from the bullfrogs. So it's a massive shame, but these bullfrogs are obviously going in there, and unfortunately it turns out that most of these fish were eaten by the bullfrogs. So massive shame, but we did get some fish out of it, or they did get some fish out of it. And you can see this is a selection of the Bristol shubunkins that were left. So out of 150 fish, there was only 18 Bristols left. Now that is, yeah, a massive shame, but I was told by Gary there is a plan to make sure the pond is predator proof next year. So 2025, there should be lots of really nice, strongly grown out fish in that mud pond. But it was a fantastic event. Looks like something that I'd really like to attend, and I thought it was worth bringing to you. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you do and you want to see more like this, please feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching.